I'd like to talk for a minute about honesty, and this goes after the idol contestant who was like, I was injured in war or whatever, an IED exploded by my head. Yeah, that's really annoying. I don't do that, um, but I do have a problem with integrity, which is basically what I do is I bite off more than I can chew, and then I can't do everything that I say I'm going to do. It's just not possible, but people will overload me, and then it'll be like, how could I possibly do all this? It's not possible. And I'm even working with somebody now who's trying to do that to me, and it's like, I cannot do that much stuff. It'll just, it'll all fail. So, anyway, another problem that I have is that I do not think in the same way that I used to. And I had this problem when I was in the military. Like, people would be like, um, you just said that one thing and then you said another. And it's like, at first I was like, I didn't realize I had a problem with this. And then as I become more aware of it, I've realized that there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Um, Ego now. This is my cat who likes to turn on the fax machine. But anyway, he's watching the birds because he wants to eat them. But anyway, like I would say one thing and then I would say another, and there's like no consistency. It's just my brain is like scrambled. I don't know why that happens. I've done some research on it, and it said that it's partly a function of the frontal lobe, and in schizophrenia that's damaged, and I'm sure it's been damaged by other things in my life. Um, a third problem that I have is that I've been delusional on more than one occasion, and I still have delusions, but I don't believe them as much as I used to. I kind of work through them. Now, a big problem is if you've been delusional and you're trying to make it like make sense of things, like you'll start rationalizing and trying to think of like a story to make everything make sense when it simply doesn't. And that's kind of like when I was denying things. But when I was in the military, people would say that I was lying, and it's like, well, my mom always said that I told the truth, and I usually don't lie because it's just too much work. And I know that eventually they'll figure it out. But I didn't realize that I was like mixed up back then. So yeah, it was towards the end of my enlistment. I did really well the first year two of my enlistment, and then I like had problems. I never say that I was like a war hero or whatever. I've never done that, but I've seen people on the wards do it. One guy tried to convince us that he had a prosthetic leg and he had a regular leg. He was the one who copied me. My things when I was in there. Like I was, I'm not going to get into it, but I was having some problems, and he copied me, and then of course like they knew that he was copying me, and they they wrote him up, and then he like lied and said that they wouldn't let him go home, and then he said he was because he said he was suicidal, and then he switched and said that he wasn't suicidal and that they were lying about him and stuff, and it was just messed up. And that's actually the ward that I realized that I had memory problems, because I had it was written in my documents that I had told the cops to to shoot me, and I never remembered that. So I was like, that never happened. And then I remembered like half of stuff on my sheet was like wrong, and I was like, that's bizarre. And then I other people were telling me that I did say it, like my grandma and stuff, and she doesn't usually lie. So I was like, great, yeah. So I just have memory problems, and that's kind of messed me up because I know that sometimes stuff is not right and my records and stuff, and I'm like, but that, yeah, I guess I can't say anything. So I just don't say anything anymore because I know that it's my memory that does it. Okay, it's like really messed up and stuff. But anyway, back to the war hero thing. I would never do that. Um, I don't really feel like respect for other people or anything. Kiko's gonna try to turn on the fax machine again. He's been doing that. He's a cute cat though, isn't he? He's a sweetheart. But like, and I've also been overfeeding my cats, which is why they're fat. I'm gonna have to get a board and just write down the date and the time that I fed them, and the date and the time that I took a shower, and the date and the time that I ate, and stuff like that, because I can remember to do that. I'm pretty sure if it's on the board, which is giant, huge. I mean, I look at the board for other things, like for medicine and stuff. So yeah, I have a giant board in my room or my house. So yeah. Um, my cats and I are both fat, so we're gonna have to work on that. I mean, at least I'm not starving them. But yeah, the people who come in and check on me make sure they eat too. So they sometimes feed them too. I think. I can't really. Oh well. So yeah, I have problems with that, and I would like to tell the person who said that I was like going psycho all the time and like not telling the truth that it's just like I can't remember stuff. But I have lied before. So yeah, I think everybody's lied. In fact, it's a developmental milestone. So yeah, but don't lie about war stuff because that makes you a scumbag.